Somebody wants to tell them what meeting this is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Your shot?
What's that? Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Oh, Flowery, yeah. So,
Yeah. It is. My name is Mark Fitzgerald. Are we recording?
Yep.
yes.
My name is Mark Fitzgerald, and I call this meeting to order on Monday, March 9th at 6:35 p.m. Welcome to the March 2026 meeting of the Community Board 2 Cannabis Licensing Committee, known as the CLC. Tonight we have 2 renewal applications on our agenda. The first being Bloomlee LLC, DBA, Alta Dispensary at 52 Kenmare Street. And the second, NC Accidents Reports, why, LLC, DB8 Elevate Soho, doing business now as Flowery Soho at 481 Broadway. Before I get started on those, I want to just let the committee know that a dispensary that we denied was approved last Thursday.
Which one?
Flintstone at 388 West Street. It's been a good fight. Been about 2.5 years, but the CCB ultimately decided to approve against our wishes. What else is going? There are a bunch of new regs that we need to go over, but we're not going to do that this month. We're going to do those next month. The 500-foot rule, 152 licenses that were legally cited next to schools are now legally cited next to schools and allowed to stay. Also against our wishes, we did write a resolution on that. So a lot of new things that we will talk about next month. All right, onwards and upwards. Welcome. Or who is here for Bloomlee LLC?
Hi. My name is Vanessa Buchanan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Please, committee.
Hi,
introduce
Janine Kiley, member of the committee.
Christine Guest, member of the committee.
Trisha Larry, a member of the committee and vice chair.
And Mark Fitzgerald, chair of the committee, if I didn't say so already.
all right. My name is Vanessa Buchanan. I'm the owner of Alta Dispensary on Kenmare Street. And we're up for renewal this year. It's crazy. It's been 2 years already.
It's been 3.
3.
Oh, my goodness.
So card licenses. Wait, are
No,
you
I'm
not
not
a
a card.
card? You're.
I'm not, so it's been 2.
Has it been 2?
It's been 2.
You came to see us since you were licensed, but
Since
you
we're
came to
licensed.
see us in 2023. Sorry.
Yes.
Go on.
Yes. So yeah, we've been operating. Business is good, and yeah, just a few regulatory challenges, of course, as always, in this new industry. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of community work, a lot. Did you want me to speak to that, or do you
I think first we're just gonna go over your original questionnaire.
Okay.
Your name has to change, the address hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Have there been any new investors? Has the TPR changed or the ownership at all?
No.
Same landlord?
Yep.
Which is you, more or less. Let's see. What questions did I have?
Hours, what you saying?
Hours, well, what were the hours?
Hours, I think they may be slightly different.
The original hours we have. Page 86. Both of your resolutions are on the same page on our full board minutes. 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
So Monday through Wednesday is 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 11 to 11, and Sunday, 11 to 8.
Perfect. And you adjusted your hours why?
Just based on traffic. Just Sundays are slower. So as we got into season more, we saw the, kind of just to mitigate some of the costs for employees and the hours and stuff like that, we found that that was the most optimal in terms of accommodating for weekend, obviously traffic and slower on the weekdays.
Okay. And did you ever ultimately offer delivery?
Yes, we did.
How's that going?
It's good. It's good.
What is your catchment area?
It's basically, I mean, it's mostly everything below 24th Street. We started off in a 1 mile radius, but then expanded it to everything below 20.
Do you find that you have customers that travel past other dispensaries to come to you?
Yeah, so we have a few that come from like Upper East, Upper West, just to come down to us that are regular customers, that they come and then they'll buy in bulk and then just kind of go back. They just like the, you know, the energy and the vibe store. So we do have a lot of customers doing that as well.
How did those people from the Upper East Side find you, or like?
Just sometimes when they're like tourists, where they've been coming down to Chinatown, exploring it, and then shopping. So then they're like, oh, love this place, so then they'll continue. I live in the Upper East Side, but I like your store, so they'll come down frequently, especially
fantastic.
for eating. Just the restaurants is so strong in the area that people, you know, versus Upper East and Upper West, so.
Yeah.
And have you had any issues with crime or anything like that?
No issues with crime. I haven't had any, knock on wood, any issues with any crime or any break-ins or anything. Just mostly challenging, just operating with the illicit shops still open around me. That's the biggest challenge. I think more and not proven, but antagonistic, you know, kind of things that they were doing that I was like, oh, I did, you know, like I had my store tagged and like I saw the guy had come in from their store and then I was like on camera. So I was like, okay, you know, cleaned it up right away, you know, the next day, but
Right.
things like that were very like, or, you know, just, you know, stickering and, or if we just like had a poster up, they would just tear it down, like on, you know, things like that. So if we put up stuff, it gets taken down immediately, you know, during that time period, but like, we haven't done that and we haven't, you know, like, so I haven't really, just because the winter has been, you know, we haven't done a lot of the posters and things like that, and just because of the need of it, you know, we'll see what happens when we reopen, we'll start doing that a little bit more, passing out flyers, like that, but yeah. Been a little challenging.
So,
And that's continuing, or when you stepped in, did they stop it?
That's always been ongoing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Okay.
thing that like, you know, I think that it's been a little bit more I like I said, I can't really say like who's doing it, because it's not like I have cameras on
Yeah,
the corner or anything like that. It's just I know that even when we were trying to navigate like the marketing and advertising rules by just doing some a little bit of the guerrilla marketing a little bit, that was the hardest challenge, was like just seeing that happening. And I'm like, okay, so then we have to do another round of like passing out flyers or
well,
something.
and it costs some money.
And it
Yeah.
comes like,
Yeah.
yeah. But since we can't do it in the traditional sense where we can advertise on Instagram, Facebook, and other things, which is a lot of where people
Yeah.
consume their, you know, things I, you know, and or billboards or whatever. You know, this was the way to kind of get our
Yeah.
name out there and to like, you know, to just get the exposure, you know?
What are your thoughts on the updated PLMA?
I think that they're good. You know, we're allowed to do sales. That really helps. I think, you know, discounts and sales. Unfortunately, it's on the pre-discounted pre-discounted pricing. So it's like if you buy one, get one free, you're still taxed on the free item. But I understand that the state still needs to collect their revenue. So that has been a little bit challenging because, you know, I know it's a way to also get their tax share and also, you know, also on top of that to kind of avoid that bottoming out on pricing so that people don't undercut all the way to the bottom. But, you know, I think overall, I do think that it is a good thing with limited things. I know that can still do billboards and everything, but billboards in New York City are very expensive. So I don't know why you would want, like, as an operator, I'm like, yeah, it's good. You know, I'm sure like, you know, you've seen the Times Square.
I thought the new billboard, I thought the new update said actually no billboard.
Yeah, absolutely no billboard.
Yeah.
But people were still doing it.
Oh, people are doing.
So
I
that's what
thought
I'm saying, it was just more.
Gigantic.
Yeah, I mean, and that, you know, I'm sure it's spending like $100,000 for 4 weeks just to do
Yeah,
that.
that's a lot.
It's just crazy. So I think that, I think in New York is not necessarily, being on the whole like billboard anyway, so, but overall, I do think that it is beneficial for us to, in order, even just the sales things, because I think that the nature of cannabis consumers in general are used to receiving sales and deals and things like that, right? And to compete against the illicit market, to be able to offer these like rewards programs or very traditional retail tactics to achieve, to sell through products. One of the things that we use as marketing tactics is like if we're having an expired product and we want to sell it quickly, we're like, oh, it's on sale for 20%, but then so it doesn't expire or whatever. They don't know that, but it is a traditional retail tactic too.
I mean, yes, that's regular retail.
Regular retail. So it's, I think it's the shift in kind of treating us more like a legal store or legal license, regular retail shop versus, maybe that stigma of like cannabis and making it all special and super hyper security and hyper, all those things where we couldn't, do before.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that sounds great.
Yeah.
So I know that we worked, and I do want to talk about this more, the illicit shops around you and the bottom line, how it affects your bottom line,
Yeah.
and what efforts, I know we've worked together to try to, there's one particularly egregious operator. Last time we walked by about 2 weeks ago, it was dead empty.
Yes.
So it's gone, it hasn't reopened.
It has not
yet.
been yet. But I believe that the owners are renting it out to like they have a for lease sign on there, so that has been really better. But it took like 8 tries for the sheriff to come in and shut them down, raid them, and elected officials to, it shouldn't be that difficult. That's the thing, like we put in a lot of effort to do that. I put in a lot of effort to shut them down, the legal way, contacted the sheriff's office, contacted, Grace Lee, Senator Kavanaugh, like they all wrote letters on my behalf to kind of to the owners to shut that down, but it really shouldn't have been such a big lift for someone operating a licensed dispensary to shut down an illegal one that is operating with, and I know, like their friends in the neighborhood now we've gotten friendly with, we're racking in about 10 to 15K a day, and that's about 30 to 40 feet away from my store. And that is a significant loss where they would hit up there first, especially in Mulberry Street, where a lot of people are coming from that cross section going from Soho into Chinatown. They would hit that shop first before coming to mine. And they're like, oh, so annoyed I got this like illegal stuff and it doesn't do anything or whatever the case was. And I wish I'd known. I wish I had seen you first, and that's the way New York is. Sometimes you were living there for 10 years and you didn't even see a shop because you didn't walk the right way.
Yeah.
It's
That's why I like to walk on different streets.
And then you say, oh my gosh, you've been here. It's those, and that is important. In terms of like how, especially with the limited marketing resources that we have to be able to, have the customer informed that they know the difference between illicit and legal.
That, and also to capture that customer.
Yeah, capture the
before
customer.
they're grabbed by
Yeah, the illicit
the
market.
illicit market.
And also that's a lot of the people that were also like, kind of going into that store were tourists. So they didn't know the difference. So
Yeah.
that stigma just continued on with however they were dealt,
Yeah.
or, interacted with the person behind there and stuff. So that is a really important part because for me, my store is all about education, all that, kind of, inclusivity and kind of making it a little bit more mainstream. The usage of, cannabis, but in a very intentional and very, direct, in a very intentional way versus where I just want to get high kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think that there's multiple, ways to use it, so.
It's beautiful stuff. I'm gonna pause for a minute and let Anthony say hello.
Anthony,
We-
board member.
Thank you. You're joined by Anthony Long. Let's talk about the CIP.
Mhm.
Did you submit already?
I did.
What'd you put in there?
Well, I'll talk about a little bit, I took
What
the
you've
whole
been
thing.
doing?
What I've been doing.
Okay, sure.
So we, we've been able to, so we partnered with Send Chinatown Love when we first opened. We were able to raise about $4,000 for them. And then Heart of Dinner was our second partner after Send Chinatown Love closed. And so we've given them about $3,000, the course of the year. We partnered, we had 2 events with Korean Canine Rescue, so we did adopt a dog event there, and then we also raised money for them as well. We've done 2 events with For Women by Women period, which we assembled and distributed period kits for women experiencing homelessness, and they work to combat period poverty by ensuring women have access to essential menstrual products. We actually have an event with them tomorrow night again. So we're doing a pup and paint events where a portion of the sales will go to For Women by Women, especially during this with Women's History Month. And we're also going to be putting together about 100 kits. So in total, so far, we've put together about 300 kits for, and they have their own distribution network for that. For Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we did a fundraiser for one of my blood donors actually who was going through stage 3 breast cancer, and so we were raising money for her hospital bills. And we hosted tubes for boobs. So you basically donate one of those boob tubes, and for every $1 we donated to breast cancer options in Hudson Valley. So we we recycled the boob tubes, and we also gave the money towards the Breast Cancer Awareness Fund. In MLK Junior Day, we donated a portion of our sales on that day to Black Farmers United. So we raised about $800, and we're actually going to be doing a paneling event, hopefully in April, to kind of educate some of the Black farmers, entrepreneurs on how they can get into the cannabis industry as it's growing, and also just for them to, a lot of people don't have access to that information, and they're growing just more of the traditional stuff, and a lot of them do want to get into the business. And so Black Farmers United is focused on all the Black farmer entrepreneurs, who have lands around. And then on a monthly basis, we have like about 5 to 6 events a month. Typically, we host Mahjong night, bingo night, Uno night. So Mahjong I teach personally. So we got a lot of, from these events, we do get a lot of comers, or a lot of people who are not even into cannabis, but they want an activity. And since I make these events for free, they love joining, and just kind of and it just makes it normal to hang out and play and stuff like that. So we all, so they're usually full, and we just have people, and I'm teaching them how to play Mahjong, or and that has been really great. And it's a part of my community that I like to say. I mean, my whole family is from here, from Chinatown, so this area. So it was really nice to kind of bring that into the community a little bit more. And it's a mix. We have people who are 20-year-olds to, we have people who are 50 and 60-year-olds who are coming in and just learning how to play. Or they've been the last group we had was they play for they really play American Mahjong, and they have clubs and everything, and they're like, oh, this is another opportunity for them to meet new people and do that as well. So it's kind of interesting to see the dynamics of people coming in and all the groups of people that you can kind of draw in. And so we've done yoga, we do yoga monthly, breathwork sessions, meditation, sound baths, massage events, journaling workshops. And all these just to kind of connect and kind of promote the whole wellness aspect of cannabis, and how you can use it to do yoga, and that's kind of and get into that meditative state. You don't have to use it. People just come. Sometimes they're not, and they're just oh, I just want to come and do a yoga night or something like that. Just and so we've created that space, to offer that.
It's a wonderful. It's building community. It's community building.
Yeah,
which is amazing, and you get locals too.
Yeah, we get, locals and things that people continually signing up. So
And the residents of the building.
a lot of my customers, they are very appreciative that that we're down there. It's because we have such a big mix in the building. So we have a lot of young professionals in the building, so they're always coming down and kind of just picking up stuff on their own. So they enjoy that.
Can be more community.
Where are you having these events? Because I've been in your space.
Yeah.
Where
In the store.
In the store?
So we remove the checkout line,
Oh.
and then
okay.
it opens up, so we can have 20 yoga mats
Okay.
around the whole thing. And then for some of the bingo nights and the game nights, we have about 20 5 seats that I can put and tables and stuff like that. So sometimes we close the store, sometimes, most often we have the events and then we have like a kiosk still going on and they can, things, so people are not, they're not consuming anything, but it's just more of the energy and it's a free event and it's just something for them to do since it's so, like, I feel like, nowadays everyone wants to do more activity-based things versus going to a bar or things like that, so, yeah. But yeah, it's all in the still, we make it work,
Check it out.
So,
Yeah, I don't have any other questions.
No.
Anybody else?
But when we did a renewal for another cannabis, person, they said that their Instagram was affected. Has anybody affected?
yeah, I mean, I've had it shut down twice. And then it's just a lot of work to kind of get it back. And then, it's a lot of work to get it on, to get it up to where you have to get it reestablished and everything. But we are active and I'm trying to navigate as best as can without using the, those words and everything like that. I don't have, I'm not running any ads or Facebook or Meta right now. It's just really high cost right now that I wasn't to put money into, yeah.
And one question, what are the things or things that would make it easier to run the business and to earn and just make everything even better?
Even better.
Alleviate the challenges.
Yeah, but the illicit shop is still a thing because I have another one on the other side, but they're technically on CB3. They're on Bowery and between Bowery and Christie, right? So that's the next block and they're still running and they know they operate from like 8 to 5, like 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. So when they know that the sheriff's office is not operating and they've gone home, so they know that's their thing. You can see them during the day, you drive them all, that they're always closed, but at night, once it's like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, they open and they operate until 8 a.m., which is the time that, the cannabis dispensaries are not allowed to, like, because they're not allowed to operate from 2 to 8. So they take advantage of that. So that was like the challenging thing. The second thing would be the marketing, of course, the marketing and then, not having to figure out the Instagram, which keywords I can or cannot use. And, if that could just, be accepted as a regular ad, then it wouldn't be so hard. And, companies, third parties, vendors do charge a lot of money, ranging from like 5,000 to 8,000 a month just to run your meta ads or even more. I mean, that's just what I've heard when I've interviewed a few people. And, and they're, like, I still have to create the content, but they would be navigating the way to make so that it's not flagged. So things like that, I'm like, oh, so they're being predatory on their fees.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's that, but I mean, normally you could just run your ad yourself. Right?
Yeah.
Like if you could
But
set
you're
up an
still
ad-
writing the content.
Yes,
so-
exactly.
Yeah, it
So,
would be helpful if the OCM were to have very specific guidance that they
Right.
share.
right.
Yeah, that would be the
That
way
would
to
be
do
so
it.
helpful. So and then advertising in general, I mean, I think it's just, it's that Google ads and all that stuff is also the same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to navigate it. I do that, but again, I have to pay a premium price
If there was
to navigate those rules. To
a
make sure it's
set
not that bad.
glossary, right?
Yes.
That meant certain things and that was shared, that wouldn't get flagged at least for a little while. And if the OCM if the
Right.
state would keep updating that, so that you guys would be able to.
But it's challenging because I know that those companies are all on a national level or international level even. So like that would be only one set in this maybe immediate area in New York State. So that's still kind of like, I don't know if it's out of our control or whatever, but that's
But
just,
something that needs, a
it's
concern that needs to be raised.
yeah, exactly. So just honestly, those are the two major things. I mean, my staff are all local. I mean, I have a great team, so it's been really nice. Working, they're all like, mostly women. I think I tend to get more women than men.
And you
Just
said,
because
you
of
were
this.
saying the other day when we spoke that your
Yeah.
retention is really good.
Yeah, I still have a few of my original team. I think half of my original team is still there, and then we've just expanded with more staff. So yeah, and then so we're doing, in terms of staff, everyone, the energy is great with them, and I have a great team. We do a lot of stuff. So we do farm tours and we do outings, and holiday parties and things like that. So I think they appreciate that as well, I'm sure. But I do think it's, the education is really important. And so like we have concentrate training, and we're end of this month we have like terpene and flower training by like a professional company that's coming in and kind of doing the training, and they're coming in early to be trained on stuff. And it's just like ongoing education to kind of so that they can pass that knowledge onto their customers, and educate them. So,
Wonderful.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you very
Of
much.
course. All right, thank you, and appreciate your time.
Is anyone here for NC accidents reports at Brady One Robert? Oh.
I should have gone first because
Any attendee?
Oh, did any attendee? A question or comment?
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Answer every possible.
Okay.
I should have gone first because that makes me look like hers was really good.
So I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Please state your name.
Oh, yeah, the Burke Sabat, I'm for NC Accident Reports at LLC / the Flowery Soho. I'm one of the co-founders, I guess, the
You are.
founder, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm another person.
So let's start there.
Go ahead.
When you came to us in 2023, you were under the name Elevate Soho.
Yes,
And now you are
the Flowery Soho.
the chain store, the Flowery.
Yes.
What happened?
So first of all, the name Elevate Soho, I picked that from Google Maps. I just Googled like dispensaries in California. And then that one came up first. So I'm like, oh, this name sounds good. So there wasn't much research on that. The second thing was some other guy, well, not some other guy, two other people opened up Elevate dispensaries. One in like Westchester / Yonkers, which is very, very successful. And then another one in the Adirondacks, which is like in some gigantic lawsuit where they're all suing each other. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna change the name probably because this is causing a lot of confusion with vendors. Like I was getting their bills and people were like ordering delivery and giving me like bad Google reviews for like, it's not even my store, it was a store in Westchester. And then one day I was walking into work and then I saw a giant sign on Broadway that said, the travel agency is coming here soon. So then I was like, oh man, I'm in trouble. I'm in danger because these guys are like the biggest name in cannabis. So I'm a social equity store and I'm from the Social Equity Fund for New York State, which was a program to help people from low income areas get their dispensaries open. And when I spoke to the Social Equity Fund and told them my situation, they told me or strongly advised me that I need to partner up with someone that has a lot of experience running a cannabis business, because as a regular person who's through this social equity fund, I'm not gonna be able to survive against the travel agency because they're like the biggest name in town. So with their advice, I partnered with the Flowery, which has a lot of locations. Now, I
How
did,
did you connect with the Flowery?
they connected me to that.
The fund.
Oh, the fund. I just want to make sure,
Yes.
confirm that.
They told me we have this operator, they're really good, it's pretty much the only way you're gonna survive, you're right to freak out, blah, 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 go with these guys. And so I took their advice and I changed the ownership structure, they own 20% of the dispensary.
Who helped you with the deal terms on that?
After the initial connection, I had to do the deal terms myself.
Got it.
Your own lawyers.
Yes,
Yeah, I guess my question is, how is your deal compared to the other ones that they're in there?
the other ones are absolutely terrible. Like
Okay.
most of these deals where it's like a big company. I don't know what travel agencies deal with Carmine, but most of the other deals I've seen are horrible deals. But ours is I think out of all the Flowery deals I've heard of from talking to the owners, like they don't like run them through me, but
Yeah,
from talking to the other owners, ours is pretty much like the most normal one. They're just a passive investor, we use their name, and we still control everything. Which kind of sucks for us because it's like, we didn't get all the help that we were supposed to
Yeah.
get, but. We have their name on the store,
do they help with marketing?
no,
What do they help with to get their 20%? Do they
Nothing.
give you capital?
yes,
Signage?
they give us capital,
And yeah, you changed all your signage.
yes, and all the signage on the outside of the store and all the interior construction. We paid for it, and it was equal, it was more than the capital they gave us, so we basically just paid them to turn into.
Do you feel like the name recognition from the Flowery has made business increased?
Nobody cares at all.
It's all about locations.
I mean, they're popular in Florida. If you're in Florida, I think maybe now people might care after they have so many stores, but. I don't know, I don't really think people care that much.
So
What-
it's not me either.
Yeah, what's driving traffic to your store?
Foot traffic from,
Just
foot traffic from tourists, yeah.
Yeah,
We don't get a lot of repeat customers. It's like every day, it's like 60-70% of the customers are new.
Have your hours changed?
Nope, same hours since I guessed the first time I was here,
Does it remind me?
11 to 9.
yeah, everybody who opened earlier also closes. Well,
9
nothing
to
open.
11.
Right, oh, that's what I had, that's what I had on there?
Yeah,
Okay, so I flipped it.
it was actually Monday through Friday, 9 to 9, and Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 11.
Okay, yeah, those hours.
So what are you now?
11 to 9, Monday through Friday, and Sundays we close at 8,
Okay,
closing earlier.
And what do you, I've been Saturdays 11 to 9 too?
Oh, no, sorry, Saturdays it's 11 to 10.
and I've seen you doing delivery yourself.
Yes, I still do the deliveries. Not all the time, but I have other people, I have my staff members help as well. I got 2 scooters.
Did we say we weren't gonna use, no, we didn't say that. Now we say that,
What's your delivery zone?
yeah.
It used to be like anything below Canal Street, and it still is, but I mostly get customers from like the hotels nearby.
Got it.
Have you done partnerships with the hotels and got to know the people in the hotel?
Yes, but they charge us, they charge us, there's some ad that they run on the hotel screens. I forgot what company it's called, but we pay to be on the hotel screens. It's like $200 a month or something.
But yeah, like interesting.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that before.
So somebody's in their room, they see you, they. pick
an
up
ad and
the
then they pick up
phone.
the call, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so it probably pays for itself.
Yeah, it helps.
Okay. And, what would alleviate the challenges?
I mean, there's nothing you guys can do. Somebody could,
Like in the world.
in the world, somebody could investigate the social equity fund or fraud and embezzlement. That would help.
I mean, is it your feeling that they got you into a bad deal?
Yes,
Wow.
100%.
And is there any avenue to extricate yourself to sever?
There's nothing
How long is that contract for?
forever. It's like 30 years.
Have you pursued other licenses?
In terms of what?
Getting another license, I mean, you're hard. Well, anyway, to get you more.
People kept saying that. I actually applied for another license. And the problem was I used the exact same LLC at the same address. Apparently the trick was to use a different LLC at the same address. If I did that, I would have gotten another license, but since I used the exact same one, they denied me. Because all the lawsuits that went flying around for some reason, if you're in a different LLC, you can get a second license, but if you're to use the same LLC. I just like didn't have enough time to make another LLC for the second application. Cause I was trying to get out of the injunction for the first one, which was caused by Carmine, and now he has a store with a travel agency up the block
Street.
from me, which sucks. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still doing good though, don't feel bad.
Okay, you're not done.
I'm doing good, I got a store.
What we wanna talk about, so just down the street from Elliot Flowery,
Mhm.
was the most egregious illicit operator in the city.
Yeah,
Empire, and this man single-handedly
you helped a lot.
got them shut down. No, it was you. I mean, it was, nobody could shut Empire down. Huge store, huge cannabis tree in the middle of the store. Consumption lounge in the
In there.
back. I mean, this place was a palace. And it just wasn't getting shut down. And that was the first time I heard about them closing during the hours until after. That was the first time I heard that people were doing that. But it took months and it took several calls to the sheriff and the elected stepping in and but it was you never giving up. Renee actually was counting customers and was able to quantify how hard it was hitting his business.
I used to sit in front of the THC museum. And then I would just like sit down and just like check how many people went into that store.
You need one of those baseball clickers.
I did have it.
Oh, okay.
I had one that would just do all day. And people were like giving me change and stuff, and I'm like, nah. Just, this is the other guy, like down the street, I'm just.
Oh my God,
sitting
that's
down
awesome.
In front of the store, yeah, I'm working. But I said, yeah, that guy was crazy. That guy had a lot of like. He would call us on the phone and like complain, and then he'd come to my store and he was like, I owe money to like the mob and they're gonna get you and get me because you're shutting my business down. And I'm like,
You
that's
can't
not
make
my
this
fault.
stuff up.
That's not my fault. So,
I love it.
And one of his employees came in and was taking photographs of your staff at him.
yes, yeah.
Kenmare.
Yeah, that guy, I forgot what his name was. He had like golden teeth or something. I forgot. But yeah, that guy was a problem too. Those guys were crazy. And then another time, yeah,
Elfland,
yeah,
Elfbend.
Elephant, yeah. He was very boisterous in the beginning, and that guy was taking like all the business, honestly. When I first opened up, people thought that he had the legitimate store and I had the trap shop. Because they're like, how come we can go in his store and smoke and we can't smoke inside of your store? And I'm like, no, it's not, it's the other way around. He's illegal, I'm legal. So yeah, that guy freaking ran Soho, and then it was a huge operation to get him shut down. Yeah, we had to get footage of him, and then he would post people like on the front of the street, like, cause
The lookout, basically.
yeah, because Broadway's one way, so he just had people that would sit in like these office chairs with like walkie talkies, and then if the cops came, they would just walkie talkie him and they would lock the doors of the store. But then people would get locked inside and then they would complain. They would fight him to get out because he would lock them
Like a
inside.
documentary
I
here.
mean, there's
60 minutes.
gonna be a movie on that family, because they had so many stores.
Yeah, they had a lot.
And
Does
they
he have
all
any
farms.
stores
They have
now?
a huge cultivation operation, and it's the whole family.
But do they have more stores now downtown in our area?
Not that we know of,
Yeah, we don't know about that.
because I would guess that they probably still have some.
If Marg is probably the only person that would dig and find it, because because afterwards they started like layering everything very carefully.
Yeah.
They had that grow operation called Kaleidoscope, that's still around. They supply all the trap stores still.
And they keep suing the OCM and suing the state, they don't think
Because
that
they
cannabis should be regulated.
Yeah, they had a lot of lawsuits. They probably would have gave them a license. I heard
They
people.
had a deal.
Yeah, they had a deal to get a license, but they blew it up. They're like their egos was out of control.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
it was very bad, but they're still around, they try to get into any cannabis lawsuit, anytime somebody sues the OCM or
They
the
just jump
state,
in.
they jump in and try to, what is it, enjoin? No, whatever the word
It
is,
is a joint, yeah, you said it.
yeah. So, anyway, all right, is there anything else? Oh, CIP, what did you put in? Did you submit?
I submitted, after hearing Vanessa's, I have to change mine. Mine's six compared to her. She does way more stuff. Yeah, the only thing I did do a charity event with God's Love We Deliver, where we packaged all the food.
Oh, okay.
That was kind of crazy though, because they charged us. I don't know why I had to pay to volunteer my staff
It's like a
after.
sponsorship.
I didn't use them for anything, like, what am I gonna say? Yeah, they sponsored us?
It's a privilege of doing God's love.
Okay. I have to find charities where we can volunteer for free.
There's the church up the street, you could do all sorts of stuff there, what is it, Wilson Field?
Okay,
We can also look.
No, Sanderson Field's on Hudson Street. You're thinking of.
We're doing Montana for garbage.
Okay, there you go.
You can sign up for a soup kitchen.
that's good.
That's
That's the
good.
type of stuff I like doing.
And they want people year round, cause they get all these people who show up just for Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and they need people year round.
That's a good one. And another thing that like the OCM, I mean, the like number one, like people, when people are like, what should we do? They're like, do a Narcan giveaway.
Okay,
Yeah.
And you
that's
can
like
get the
thing.
Narcan for free
Yeah.
from,
Yeah.
I believe, I'm pretty sure somewhere in New York State or New York City gives it away for free.
Food distribution, Narcan distribution,
Fine, we'll do
in
that.
kind, and there's a list of questions that you have to answer. So if they kick it back, we can share that with you. And, yeah,
okay. I mean, I do similar events to Vanessa, like we'll do like yoga or like game night, paint. I've done stuff where we had like artists hang their paintings on the walls and we'll sell them for no commission. They just get everything, but there's like no local artists left.
There's a
So
lot of vocal
There
artists
is.
left, yeah.
I go around trying to find people and there's nobody, like I put up an ad on Instagram. I've been asking
Yeah,
people.
there's a
They're all-
whole collective of young
Yeah.
artists that we've actually dealt with, and there's a whole building of artists on West Street.
Okay, if you can, yeah, if you guys can get me in touch with them, I'd love to do something with them. I
Yeah.
used to go to, I also went to Rice to Riches, that where that park is.
Yeah.
And there's people that
Just
sell
out
clothing there, so sometimes we'll just give them rack space in our store, they'll post it on their Instagram that they're like in a Soho store, so it like helps their clout or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, other than that one charity, like a couple of charities we work with, I don't have as extensive charity stuff.
And do you feel you got guidance from the OCM on the CIP, or was it just like, you have to put this in?
Yeah, I never got guidance. Yeah, I don't even know we
It's
had,
evolving.
I didn't even know we had to do one, like, again. I don't even know I don't even, did we do it?
No,
once
you're
the first
required, you weren't required
Yeah.
to do it.
I don't even remember,
Like,
like,
you weren't.
that God's Love We Deliver thing, I did that because I used to volunteer there on Thanksgiving, so I'm like, let me just do it for the store.
You weren't required, and also the CIP is literally a plan, so OCM, even though they're not very clear on saying, we wanna know what you've been doing. The fact is, they just wanna see the plan
Okay,
going forward, so that whole renewal period is that 2026-2028 renewal period. So you just have to
You
say
could
what you
do-
plan to do.
You could also do a training night on covert surveillance.
is that something you would like to do?
No, I'm just telling you.
You have that covered, yeah.
That would be a really, I mean, like.
If
how to
I
get
give all the
rid of
correct
illicit
information to the
dispensary,
sheriff's
that would be a business.
That's good for the rest of the industry. It's,
You know what you could do, wouldn't help the Broadway stores, but you could do something with hands off and invite like all the like restaurants and stuff from Nolita. And do a training about what are your rights with ICE or something. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
and
could
we
do
could
an
help with
ICE
that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, cause that's,
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really
You
good
could do
one,
that
one
too.
space to do that. People
All right.
can-
yeah, so.
I'd love to get in touch with these local artists, because I've never been able to find anybody, I can't believe you guys have so many local artists.
There's a ton of local artists in Soho, but
Well, and so, of course.
they're older and they might not be on Instagram, looking at the Instagram ads.
There was a woman who does a whole arts thing, a local arts thing, who was in the street to her.
The lady that wanted that park to stay open,
Yes.
I approached her, but she didn't wanna do
Who
anything.
was that?
I don't know her card.
She was an older woman that was like, wanted it to park to stay open, I approached her for doing some art, but she was in like galleries, she didn't wanna do anything in the store.
Oh, well, yeah, some of them are too
No, no, no,
successful.
Then it's a different lady. It was like that older woman that stayed and talked to us forever that day. It was like last summer.
If, it's the only lady I.
I'm not saying her card because she's like an arts organization. And another one, bless
Thank
you, is Arts on the App, right?
I
oh.
don't know that one.
But they usually do, I guess, empty stores, but maybe.
well, my-
Yeah, they wanna do something with a full store.
Yeah.
There was one person I did it, there was a couple of people I've done it with, one person became like really successful and he just left like half of the art in the store. I just have it like in the basement, I'm like waiting for him to come back.
You're like, oh, should I sell this? If you can't sell
I
it.
know.
Very famous, and then you're like,
Oh.
have it back.
Yeah, just keep it, like, it's just downstairs next to some couches, but
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, once they get too successful there.
yeah, they don't wanna be doing it in a cannabis. But yeah, I mean, if people are if the people are good with doing it in a dispensary, I'd love to have more art. I think
Mhm.
that'd be awesome. I don't want any commission, they could just get everything.
How's your retention, staff retention?
Well, over 3 years, it's like 30%. A lot of the staff. I think we trained them very well, like almost everybody that was like my sales manager just became the GM of Emerald. Almost everybody has gone to either be brand reps or GMs. Cause like, I can't have like 15 GMs or 5 GMs.
Yeah, you
Do you
basically,
think, do you feel like the brands are? you
Coaching
know,
the staff,
Poaching
Yeah.
bartenders?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
that happens.
yeah,
Do they come back though?
As the brand ambassadors,
And do they come back as bud tenders? Because I've personally seen them go off as brand ambassadors, but for whatever reason that it's short lived.
that happens a lot actually,
Yeah.
but most of them end up parlaying down into something else. Like they'll either do something else in like cannabis marketing or they'll like my sales floor was the brand ambassador for PAX. He only did it for like 6 months and then he became the GM of an Emerald. My other AGM just became a GM at another store. And then 3 of them that worked for Dumbo Electric. And then they got more corporate jobs at like Curaleaf and stuff like that.
Wow.
So it's like a stepping stone into the industry. You work, you sell weed in the beginning, and then if you're motivated to like make more money, which most people are, you end up doing something bigger.
Do you feel like there's a shortage of good bud tenders?
People always say that, but I never had a problem hiring bartenders. I feel like everybody's cool.
Alright.
What about social media? Are you, for instance, in
My social media got banned. I had a pretty good following and it got banned. And I brought it back twice and then the third time I wasn't able to bring it back. They just banned me forever. So I made a new one called the Flowery Soho 2. And that one gets like 3,000 to 10,000 views because we just post like sketches on there. People seem to really like it. And
sketches of,
we'll just do like, a day in the life or something.
oh,
Like
okay,
working at a dispensary. It's mostly just like other dispensary people that follow it.
got it.
So
And
Good.
I'm just thinking, because the business is predominantly tourist foot traffic.
Yeah, I don't think the social media really helps, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
in marketing. I think it's just like, just something cool for the bartenders to say, like, watch my video or something. Whatever, let them have fun.
Yeah.
Stepping stones, I hear you.
Any questions from the?
Public? Ma'am?
We should always like just hang out our mom at these.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you, you guys have been really great, thank you for all the
Oh,
hard work and making cannabis available and. Like other people go to their community boards and they're like super scared or something, and I'm like, oh, mine's really nice. So-
Yeah, I just wish we could fix some of the problems, but.
Yeah,
It's all good. You guys are your best.
Okay, thank you.
alright,
Shall we go into executive?
no public comments, alright, we're gonna go into a business session.
Business.
We're in business session. Any discussion? Any motion?
I think they're great. I make a motion that we approve both of the renewals.
I second.
Aye.
Okay, all right.
Alright,
Well, that was an efficient meeting.
thank you.
Yeah.
Did it again.
I know.
This is cool.
New business, no?
Oh, new business, well, I kind of did new business at the beginning.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lots of regs we have to deal with, we will deal with them next month.
okay. We're up.
Good business. Good.
We're up.
Good.
Right.